Everyone thinks episode 5 of Task was just about betrayals and big plot twists, but I think it's secretly the most emotional episode of the season. And here's why. One word, vagrant. It ties every character together. It's not just the title of this episode, it's the key to the whole show. So today I'm breaking down 5 keys that'll unlock this episode. It'll help you understand the episode and appreciate it on a deeper level. Welcome to The Real Spot. I'm Bobby Foster. Let's dive in. The title Vagrant becomes important when Tom and Robbie are having a conversation together. Tom tells Robbie that a vagrant bird is a bird that flies too far away from home and usually dies.
Vagrant, it's a bird that strayed outside its normal range, strayed so far that it's forgotten how to find its way home.
But he says it's not too late for Robbie to return home. But here's what I realized. Every major character in this show is like a vagrant bird. Tom can't go home because of his son. He's also strayed so far from God he can't find his way back. Emily and Ethan were ripped away from their original family. Robbie lost his wife and brother, and then through his decisions pushed his kids even further away from him. And then Maeve's family also got destroyed, among other examples. It's like nobody has a home to return to. Also, fun detail, Billy's got a massive bird tattoo on his chest, and I don't think that's an accident. We see that in episode 4, and it definitely foreshadows a key moment in this episode. But this is such a strong theme so many of us can relate to. Family issues driving you away from home, but all you want to do is return back home. But if everyone in this show is a vagrant, it makes Maeve's decision this episode even more heartbreaking. Because I think Maeve gave up. She turned Sam in because she feels like she has nothing left to live for and nothing to return to. She's a vagrant herself. But Maeve is also the moral compass of the show. She's been through the most, but she keeps trying to do the right thing, picking up all these responsibilities that aren't hers and constantly making up for Robbie's failures. And so that makes me wonder, was she turning Sam in knowing that it would take her down as well? Or did she have a different plan? She even told her best friend to look after Robbie's kids, so that maybe means that she is sacrificing herself. Maeve's always wanted to do the right thing, even at the expense of herself, which makes her story extremely tragic. But it's also a big reason I and a lot of other people love her character. And so if Maeve is the moral compass of the story, that sets up one of the most powerful themes of this episode, which is how men deal with their rage. This show is full of male rage that spills into tragedy. But the most powerful moment in this episode is when Robbie learns that Cliff died. Instead of exploding and causing violence, Robbie takes a moment to feel. At first he cries, then he gets angry, then he tells Aaron to not touch him. Then he just takes a moment to breathe and he looks up in the sky and he sees a bird flying over the quarry, which to me is a callback to the fact that his brother has a big bird tattoo on his chest. So it's like a sign from his brother on what steps to take next. But it's also the theme of the vagrant bird that we learn later in the episode from Tom. And after all that, he centers himself to be able to move forward. That's a level of emotional intelligence we should all aspire to. And contrast that with how Purr dealt with his anger. He immediately takes it out on Aaron, which then leads to her death, which leads to another cycle of vagrant birds with Aaron's kids. And honestly, if we as men learn to process anger the way that Robbie did more often, the world would be a different place. And honestly, that makes what Robbie did next, letting Tom go, extremely surprising. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and like and subscribe so more videos like this will show up on your feed. Robbie had every reason to kill Tom. His brother was murdered, his wife left him, his world collapsed and he had nothing left. But maybe he partially believed Tom when Tom told him that he could still return home.
You could still go home.
Even if I want him to go home, I don't know the way no more.
Because instead of choosing darkness, he chose his humanity and he let Tom go. And that decision tells us everything about Robbie as a character. He's not evil. He's a broken man making terrible choices, but still trying to take care of his kids and even Sam. Because he wanted revenge, yes. And he made horrible decisions on that path of revenge. But you can clearly see that he never wanted to hurt anybody innocent in the process. I would say he didn't even want to hurt the people that hurt him. He just wanted the money. And he wanted the guy that killed his brother to lose his position in that gang. And the way that he lets Tom go leads to the final most important key of this episode. The lake. When Robbie lets Tom go, he tells him to walk into the forest for a mile and then he'll see something beautiful.
You're a decent man, Tom. You walk straight into those woods for a mile or so. You should be good. You'll see it. It's beautiful.
And so Tom travels through the forest, and where does he end up? by a lake full of families. And that's the ultimate answer to the vagrant theme. All these characters are broken birds that strayed way too far from home. And Robbie sends Tom to a lake where there's whole families. It was such a beautiful scene and such a dark show. Even when Robbie was at his lowest, he still took the time to do Tom a favor. Someone who was trying to capture him and send him to jail. And I think it was his plan all along to let him go, even before he found out that Tom was decent. Because when Robbie told Tom to get off the highway, he said he wasn't going to let him ruin his plan. So part of that plan must have been letting him go. So the lake is like an oasis. The cliche is a character lost in the desert and finding water. But in Task, it's about being lost in grief and in violence, lost in a forest and finding family. That's the ultimate paradise for every one of these characters. That's what they're all chasing, even if they don't know it. So those are the 5 keys that unlock this episode. Which one hit you the hardest? For me, it's that final moment with the lake. Because after all the pain everyone's gone through, it reminds us that family is just so utterly important. Drop your thoughts in the comments. By the way, if you love talking about Task but feel like you have no one to talk about it with, go ahead and join the Real Spot Discord. We're always talking about shows and would love to have you be part of those conversations. Until next week, I'll see y'all.